Hey everybody, Tony here, and welcome to another episode of TTBurger Game Reviews. Today I want to talk a little bit about 3D platformers. Now 3D platformers, depending on which console you played, like the Nintendo 64, the PlayStation 2 and stuff like that, they need no introduction. And depending on which console you grew up with and played, you pretty much had your own type of 3D platformers exclusive to those consoles. Like if you were a PlayStation fan, like me, we had platform games like Croc, Legend of the Gobos, Gex 2 and 3, Jersey Devil, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, and more and stuff. And if you were a fan of like the Nintendo 64, you had games like Super Mario World 64, you had Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, Donkey Kong 64 and stuff, and you pretty much had your own exclusives depending on which game you played. And of course the PS2, you grew up with like games like Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter and Sly Cooper and stuff. But today I want to talk about a 3D platform that was released on consoles, on many different consoles like the PlayStation 2, Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, PC, and the Nintendo GameCube as well. And this game, depending on which console you own, was considered a ripoff. If you had a PS1, PS2, it was considered a Crash Bandicoot ripoff, and if you were playing N64, it was considered a Banjo-Kazooie ripoff and stuff like that. When those claims are totally false, because sure this game may have similarities to those games, but it doesn't mean it's a ripoff. It's just a lot of 3D platformers have their own ideas and they have some ideas to other games and stuff. That's basically what it is. So the ripoff claims are just totally pointless. But this game is also based on a famous Disney character. I'm sure everybody knows who he is. And that game I'm going to review today is Donald Duck Goin Quackers by Disney Interactive and Ubisoft. And I'll be looking at the PlayStation 2 version because it's the only version I have. And this game is also known as Donald Duck Quack Attack in outside of North America and stuff. Now, when I first heard it was a Donald Duck game coming out, I was really excited because Donald Duck at the time was my favorite Disney character, and I was waiting to play a 3D platformer game as him because there were a lot of games that already had Mickey Mouse in them and stuff like that, and and there was also the DuckTales game on NES and stuff, but I was looking forward to a game where you played as Donald Duck, and my wish came true. And this game here, Donald Duck Goin Quackers, is a good game, like a great game, but it does have some problems with it and stuff. And I know I say that a lot, but this game does have problems and such. And as we get started here, we see the opening cutscene, and it tells us pretty much the story how Donald Duck and Gladstone and Gyro are watching the news because Daisy is reporting from the evil Murdoch's temple. Murdoch was the main villain of DuckTales Treasure and the Lost Lamp, and while she is reporting about the hidden temple, she is kidnapped and captured by the evil Murdoch, and Donald Duck wants to go and save her, but Gladstone wants to win Daisy's heart, so he runs into Gyro's teleportation device too soon, and because of that, the machine does not have enough power to transport Donald Duck immediately to Murdoch's temple, so he must get enough energy for the temple by going through various levels and stuff, and that's basically what the story is and such. And if you want to hear more about the story, go get the game yourself. It's not very expensive, so go get the game and stuff like that, and that's pretty much where we started here. Now, as we get into the game, I'm gonna be going out of order here because it's gonna be kind of I'm just gonna be showing you what happens to the game and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be going out of order here with presentation and gameplay and stuff like that. But as we get started here, we go into the teleportation. You go into our first level, which is Ducky Mountain, and this is what the game is like. It's a 3D side scroller, but it has other modes in it as well. And I'll talk a little bit more about those in the gameplay part, but the presentation here is fantastic, especially for the PS2. Now I know each version of this game looked different, but the PS2 and the GameCube version look very similar to one another. I don't know anything about the PC, 'cause I'm not a PC gamer, but I know the PS1 version was basically had the same type of cutscenes that the PS2 version and the GameCube version had, but had different looking levels and stuff. The game had each version of this game had differences, but I can't say anything about them because it's the only version I have. But as for the PS2 version here, the graphics here look really nice and colorful, and the frame rate is very smooth throughout the entire game. Not once did I see any slowdown whatsoever. And it's basically a nice looking game, and the CG cutscenes look nice, and the game runs at 60 frames per second, and a smooth 60 frames per second to be exact. So you're gonna be impressed on how nice this looks for a launch title that came out for the PS2 back in the year 2000. For sound, we got the music, which is pretty much catchy and stuff like that. It kind of reminds you of music. It sounds like music that you hear in a 3D platformer, and fits really well depending on which level you're in and stuff. And the voice acting is top notch, but it's what you expect for a Disney game and stuff. And I don't really need to show any examples of the voice acting, because like everyone knows what Donald Duck sounds like, everyone knows what Daisy sounds like and stuff, and even Huey, Lou, and Dewey who have appearances here, who give Donald Duck special moves and such, also are voiced really well here. The voice by the original voice actor and stuff, or someone who sounds like the original voice actor. I don't really keep up with the voice acting stuff for the Disney characters and stuff, but it all sounds nice and it fits the game really well. And now let's get into the gameplay here. In the gameplay here, there is a big variety in the gameplay. And as like I said here, you got like four worlds to explore, plus one bonus world and stuff after that, after you 100% the game. But I didn't really bother 100% the game, because like this is a problem that I'll talk later on. But get into like the main part of the gameplay. Your goal is very simple: reach the end of the level. Along the way, you'll find hidden items to unlock special coins and stuff, and like help you get extra lives and stuff. And there are like little shortcuts throughout the game that can help you avoid certain enemies as well. And also special moves here, like I said, Huey, Louie, and Dewey can give Donald throughout the game. And it's very simple and stuff, but and you also have there's a big variety of levels as well. Like you got the vertical scrolling levels, which are behind the back. You have the side scrollers, which are very similar to like 2D platformers, and you have the chase levels, which are from behind the back, while you're being chased by this evil hand that chases you throughout these levels, which weren't in like PS1 or N64 versions and stuff. So it's really nice that these are the ones that are exclusive to the PS2 and GameCube versions here. And of course you have the boss battles and stuff, which need no explanation. Now the vertical scrolling levels here are pretty much one of my least favorite parts of the game, because the way the camera's positioned behind your back and stuff, you will miss jumps. You'll miss jumps a lot. I know I miss jumps a lot in the game, but I understand challenge, but this game does have a lot of cheap deaths here in this mode. Well, in this type of level. But I think the problems here with the camera are the worst in the third level, which is Magic of Dispel's Haunted House level, because the brightness is so dark that you can't see what you're doing, and there's a lot of cheap deaths in that world. Now I know I said the graphics are good and stuff like that, but for that world, the lighting is way too dark. I'm sorry, it's way too dark. But I already talked about the graphics enough. But but they're not broken. The vertical scroll levels aren't broken, they're just frustrating. The side-scrolling levels are basically like 2D side-scrollers, which play very similar to the vertical scrolling levels, but it's a side-scroller, and they're much easier and stuff, because you don't have to worry about cheap deaths. But like I said, the game isn't, but since the cheap deaths problem isn't really a broken problem, I don't really have a problem with it. And you have the chase scenes, which are pretty much the shortest levels, where you're being chased by this hand-like enemy that Murdoch created to come to send after you to capture you. But they're pretty much self-explanatory. They're like chase scenes and stuff like that, and you just, yeah, that's basically what the chase levels are. And for power-ups, we have orange juice that turns you into Hyper Dino, very similar to like what happens when you become invincible in Crash Bandicoot, where you get like Aku mask 3 times, where you can wear it and you're invincible for a short amount of time. It's the same with like the orange juice, even though it doesn't make you invincible, you're Hyper Dino for a short amount of time, and it's fun because like with this you can punch through shortcuts to find secret treasures and stuff, and it really helps. It really helps a lot. And of course, like, we also have milkshakes as power-ups too, with when you get hit and stuff. So it's basically like, it's kind of funny how like the power-ups are milkshakes and orange juice, because it's the last thing I expected in a Donald Duck game where the power-ups are orange juice and milkshakes, and it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. And of course, you also can do special moves and stuff like that when you unlock them, because here's how you unlock special moves. You must, in the game, you collect cogwheels, and if you collect 5 of them in a row within 1 second or less, you'll get a letter for the word special. And once you get the word special spelled out, Huey, Louie, and Dewey will give you a special move that you can try out in the training room, or like you must bounce on 3 enemies in a row. Then you press the R1 button, and you must press the button combination within 3 seconds. Now the special moves like don't really kill any enemies, but they make you invisible for a short amount of time, and the cogwheels will double and stuff for a limited amount of time as well. So it's really nice. It's really nice. It's really cool. It's an original idea, and I like it. But another problem I have though is that the game is way too short. You can pretty much beat this game, depending on how good you are. You can beat this game in like an hour and a half to 2 hours. But after that, you can also do the speedrun of the Gladstone time trials, and do like the special move levels when you unlock all the special moves in each world by hitting the nephew icon. But these things don't really do much, because like all that they basically do is give you coins and stuff to like unlock the bonus level. And then when you unlock the bonus level and stuff, you do 100% the game. You just get like gallery pictures of like of the developing team and stuff, so it's not really worth it. I mean, I can understand them trying to add more variety and more replay value to it, but these here, like these Gladstone time trial runs and the nephew runs and stuff, the special move nephew runs stuff, just don't really factor much into the game at all. So once you beat the game, you're pretty much done. And if you wanna if you want 100% the game, hey, go ahead right to it. I did unlock all the special moves and stuff like that, but that's pretty much all of I was able to 100%. And also, I mentioned you collect these gold like hammer things in the shortcut stuff. That if you collect 10 of them, you can get like extra costumes. But I don't really care for playing dress up in games, unless it's like games like SSX or something like that, or so. I mean, like I just don't really care much about the extra costumes and stuff. I mean, that's just me though. But like aside from that though, like I know like it seems like I've been whining here a lot, but the truth is I really do enjoy the game. I really do enjoy the game. It is fun, but like the cheap deaths you have, and like the length of the game, and like the extras like the nephew special moves missions and the Gladstone time trial runs just don't really help the game out that much at all. And it could have been a longer game, but like in the end, it's just. Yeah, like it's a good game, but just a short game, and just once you beat it, you're done and stuff, and like you'll come back to it like eventually, but you won't go back to it right away. But like, what's my final rating on it? Down that Goin Quackers will leave the PlayStation 2 version is a great game, just like aside from those problems I mentioned with the length and like the cheap deaths and stuff in the vertical scrolling levels, and like the brightness being too dark in the Magic of Dispel haunted house level and stuff. And I will admit that it's nice that they have like cameo appearances from DuckTales, from characters from DuckTales and stuff, like the Beagle Boys I have to mention, and Magic of the Spell, and the Evil Murloc and such. And I do like that. But like what's my final rating here? Well, I say play the game. I recommend the PlayStation 2 version because it's the version I have. But like if you can find it on any other console, like mainly the PlayStation, PS2, and GameCube, and Dreamcast and stuff, the N64 version doesn't have the FMV cutscenes, and like it's got some control problems and stuff. But like I can't really say anything about that. But I'll be giving the PlayStation 2 version an 8.5 out of 10. And that's pretty much all I gotta say. This is Tony, peacing out. And play the game, it's awesome, and don't listen to what people say about it being a Crash Bandicoot ripoff or so, because the game is its own game, and it's fun the way it is. That's pretty much all I gotta say. Peace out, everybody.